welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be on the truck, finally. I know we haven't done one of these in a minute, and it's finally sunny out, so now we have the time in the area and just the perfect weather to do this outside, because I hate doing sit downs in my office. So I wanted to actually do a video out here with it. So I think I finally decided how I want to go about this build. And this isn't a confirmation on me, I've bought things for it. This is kind of just like a road plan for down the road, what I want to do with it, and kind of what's going from there. And the reason I'm doing this video, I've done several videos like this in the past, is because a lot of you guys know I went through a whole discouragement period where I wanted to just get rid of this thing for something else. And with it was staying around, obviously I haven't really talked about the game plan going from here. And I mentioned in the my dream setup video of what I would love to make happen to this thing, and I think I really made my mind up on what I did. So this is, in case you guys didn't know, a one-of-a-kind build for me, and for a lot of cars in this area. There's nothing really done like this, and the reason I say that is modded sport tracks in this, to this extent, when it comes to doing a street truck build, is very uncommon, if rare. Not a lot of people do street builds with these. These are pretty much always going to be your off-road queens, or pavement princesses to some people. Not a street build that is meant to, be a nice little street car. And that's kind of where I've gone with this build. That's why it's on 20-inch rims, it's lowered. I mean, all the performance mods it's got. And I wanted to change things a little bit and go to a whole new level with this truck. And I originally thought about doing full bolt-ons, which was an idea I had simply to save money to build another car down the road, which would make this thing look like a Prius. And I decided, what's the point of doing a off-the-wall build without just going the full 100 yards? So the game plan to go from here is to supercharge the truck. And again, this is not coming very soon. This is in fact going to take lots of saving up and lots of time to research and develop what I want to do, and figure out the game plan from here, what blower system I want to use, whether I want to use a VMP or Whipple, if I want to use the stock Eaton blowers off the Terminators. Because pretty much I'm doing M112. It'll be an M112 derived kit. I'm not going mod box, and the reason for that is the mod box is very small. I don't like the way it sounds. The kit for it is fairly expensive compared to the other setups. Granted, the setup I would like to run and plan on saving up for is going to be considerably more expensive, but in terms of the initial startup cost, the mod box kit is a little bit more expensive, and plus the mod box kit comes with like the pulleys and stuff and equipment for an M90. This will be a completely custom setup for pretty much this truck. It'll be using, the game plan is to get the Tamarana Racing M112 swap manifold kit, which will convert the NA manifold to a Terminator manifold off the 2003-2004 Cobra. Go from there to a VMP Gen 1. I finally found a kit that sold one of the older 2.3 liter VMPs online. And a lot of you guys know I'm a VMP fanboy. I mean, I have the hat, I have the decal, not on the truck, and I have the flash drive. That is a Gen 3 blower. And I do not want to run the Gen 3 in this truck because primarily it is still a 4 liter, and it is still prone to blowing up pretty much at any moment once it passes 10 psi, and without head studs. I don't want to push the boundaries so hard that I'm replacing engines and transmissions every other week. I want to push the boundaries enough for a 4.0 to prove that it can be worked on, and that maybe it's not as bad as everyone says it is. I get it, the 4 liter will not make 700 to 800 horsepower, but hitting mid-4s to 5s, I'd be happy. And that's kind of my goal, is to venture into the uncharted territory of 500 horsepower, that benchmark of what makes a car fast. And unless modern standards kick in, which is like 700. But like I said, it'll be the setup I want to run is a VMP Gen 1. It'll be running the 3.3 inch pulley, which is the biggest one they offer on the website for the Gen 1, because that makes 13 pounds. And I can either do that or get the Whipple 2.3, which is another option I have, but I'm a VMP fanboy at heart. I want a VMP blower on this truck. And that'll be one of the 2.3 liter blowers, because those are direct factory replacements for the Eaton M112, which is what the kit would specify for. It'd make things a little bit easier to do it that way, and instead of having to like fab stuff up to work a Gen 3 or something like a Kenny Bell, like one of the bigger Kenny Bell blowers, stuff like that, we can go straight with a VMP or a Whipple 2.3. Again, I'm probably only going to go about up to the max I think I want to run boost wise is 15 pounds, because I want this thing to still be daily drivable. I don't want it to be something that I can rip on the track once a week, come home, and I can't use it anywhere else. I want it to be something that I can drive reliably, get the gas mileage I should expect to get out of a supercharged car, and enjoy it. And that's my plan, because like I've said in the past, this is my only car, and until I can get like a proper daily, I'm not going to be going completely bullcrap, just send it all the time with this car. This car will always be kind of tame until I can get a daily. And as much as I like to use the car to the left of the camera as my daily, unfortunately that has been reserved for my sister. So getting a daily is something that will happen probably about 5 to 10 years once I get out of college, get a job, and get a house. And then from there, we'll go balls with this thing. Go just balls to the wall with this thing. We'll throw, the smaller pulleys on there. We'll venture into that territory of 20 pounds, because this won't be the daily once that happens. Or maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe I'll reserve this for a daily and get a Terminator, like my dream is, and have 2 M112 cars in my garage. But preferably, due to where I am right now in life, the fact that I live with my parents still, and the fact that I'm going to school, I'd like to just focus on this. And which is why if I was going to get another car, I'd have to get rid of this one, because we're going to have pretty much the driveway filled in the next year. I mean, we're going to have my little brother with his first car parked probably where the key is now, or I'll park where the key is and he'll park where this is. I don't really know the plan yet. That depends on when he actually gets a car. My little sister will be driving, which means the key will be out of here finally, and it'll be parked somewhere off in the driveway somewhere, depending on where I am. If I'm still here, if I live on campus at school, then obviously that'll change things up a little bit. But I just want to focus on this. I want to spend my time on what I've always done with this channel, and I don't want to swap things up. Despite the fact, yes, I know, a 5.0 swap would make this thing a monster. A 4.6 swap, well, impossible, would make this thing faster. A 5.4 in this thing, again, impossible, would be faster. A Coyote in this truck, again, impossible, would still be faster. So on and so forth. An LS in this would be faster than what this truck is going to be making with the VMP Gen 1 on the 4-liter. I know that. But I want to show people the 4.0 isn't a crap engine you should just write off. And the block itself is strong. It's an aluminum. It's an iron block. And I mean, it's just head studs. Head studs and pistons are what hold these motors back from making power, because the head studs are very weak. And like I said, anything over 10 pounds will blow the heads off. They don't hold on very well. And the pistons are your standard iron pistons. The rods are forged, all 4.0s. That is one thing to keep in mind. If you're researching 4.0s, you don't need to spend a ton of money on forged internals, because pretty much all you need is a forged crank and a forged piston. The actual rods are actually forged. Again, probably will be redoing the intake a 3rd time or a 4th time, however many times I've redone the intake on this truck when this happens, because obviously I can't run my $60 cold air on this truck when it has the Gen 1 on it. A lot of reroutings I have to get done under the hood, which is why it's going to be a time-consuming process. Primarily, I need to say that's just funds. I have to save up tons of money together to do the VMP on this thing, as well as get the kit itself. Pretty much, I could do it now, but the thing is, I don't trust this motor. This specific one's got 230,000 miles on it, and I don't want to boost a high mileage motor for it to blow up next week. So I really just want to take my time and get it rebuilt before then, put the blower on, and we're good to go. And pretty much from that point on, we'll get a limited slip in this thing, and it'll pretty much be close to done. After the header's on, of course. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do. That's kind of the game plan from here. This is, like I said, is not going to be happening anytime soon. This is probably going to be, a good bit of saving from now, and we'll go from there. But that's kind of like where I've decided to go with this truck versus going full bolt-ons. It is because saving money for a dream car would be nice, but why not just focus it all where it all started? Because if I do full bolt-ons, I'll be done in a couple of months, and that's going to be a few years of boring content for you guys to not have any sort of mod videos for the truck while I'm saving up for a Cobra. So why not just take my time, build this out, and then buy a Cobra later. But anyway, that's the video for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later.